I'm an immortal Valorant player, and here are some tips to win more gunfights in your games. So what I've noticed when watching others play is that most of you prefer to do wide strafes instead of like little micro strafes or micro movements. When I first started playing, I fell into these tutorial traps of watching these popularized YouTubers say like, how to improve Valorant in 1 month, how to hit immortal in 1 month. And most of these videos just have information or tips that are just completely horrible for you and would end up affecting you in the long run. Like I used to watch videos that said unbound crouch now, and I would unbind it, and now I realize that crouching in gunfights is actually incredibly helpful. Okay, but going back to wide strafing, when you wide strafe, the enemy often has more time to essentially track your head and wait before you stop, before they can just tap you, which is why in your games I hear most of you complaining about like, I'm getting one tap so often, what do I do? I'm strafing. Shut up! That's why you're easy to hit, because you're wide strafing. Opposed to when you micro move, you implement little micro movements in your game to throw the enemy's crosshair off just slightly, so you can land an easier shot while you just weave in and out of their bullets, which I find really helpful. Most of you might be thinking though that if I do micro movements from micro strafes, people can just hit my body and slow me down and just go, just cap me. But that's where the second bit comes into play. When you perform these micro movements or micro strafes, you want to time your strafes right before the enemy shoots. So pretend I'm an enemy lining a shot up on your head, and you slightly move out of the way, and then I miss, and then I panic. This is where you can get a nice little tap and spiel on the enemy's head and win the gunfight. I highly recommend just getting into death matches and just spamming this, as it just drills it into your muscle memory, which actually helps so much in the long run. So yeah.